live view of Chicago there. Looking a little gray this morning. You know what amazes me? Every single morning I wake up and I look outside, I'm amazed with how differently God composes the sunrise every day. That thought really occurred to me this morning because yesterday was like this kind of yellow, golden thing. And then this morning it was like pinks and blues and reds and purples. And I was just like, wow, God, you are so amazing. Welcome back to American Sunrise. I'm Dr. Gina. Thanks for joining us. It is time now for today's health news that is sponsored by The Wellness Company. And under the microscope today, how vitamin D can help with heart attacks. It can help survivors of heart attacks recover. A just published study shows that Americans who survived a heart attack and then got higher doses of vitamin D cut their risk of a heart attack by more than half of having another one. How about that? The key, they didn't take some generic low dose. They got blood tests and dose adjustments until their vitamin D level hit a target range of about 40 to 80 milliliters. Now, at least half of the people needed more than 5,000 international units per day, which is really far above the standard recommended 800. So if you're fighting heart disease, stepping up and testing your vitamin D levels with your doctor could be a smart move. And you know what they used to do in hospitals after people had heart attacks? They used to put their beds outside in the sun. Just saying. Sunshine, you guys, we need sunshine. We've been lied to about sunshine. You know that stubborn ache, though? That one, that heat, ice, pain pills won't even touch? Well, Fera Blue was designed to go deeper. This next-gen peptide uses AQA molecular delivery technology. This drives relief ingredients down into your skin, past muscle tissues, into where the pain is. It's a powerhouse trio. Copper peptide reduces inflammation, NAD plus restores cellular energy, and methylene blue protects your mitochondria. We're reading all about it all the time. This helps support real recovery, not just numbing like a lot of creams are. Plus, MSM, turmeric, white willow bark, arnica, and ginger calm inflammation, while menthol and camphor give that instant cooling feeling. Get 10% off at twc.health/RAV, code RAV. Move freely again with Fera Blue. David Brody,
yes,
I hope,
Gina.
do you spend some time in the sun, like intentional time in the sun?
I want to actually spend more time in the sun. I shouldn't do that, though, should I?
You should. You weren't listening to my health segment right now. You should spend it. We have been so lied to. Read all the research about all the vitamins we get from the sun and everything. It's amazing. And then they told us to slap all the sunscreen on. It's fine, to use some tallow or things like that to give certain sensitive areas a barrier. Especially if you're prone to problems. But by and large, we have created our own skin cancer epidemic and low vitamin D epidemic, and on and on. I could go on for hours. I need to do a health show, David, so I can talk about this stuff for 2 solid hours by myself.
Yes, no, I'll just let you go. By the way, no, I was listening, but my point is I'm being brainwashed, obviously. Yeah. I mean, so, yeah.
We all have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's even one fascinating study. I swear I'll shut up. Our producers are going to come for my head. But if you wear like dark sunglasses, it triggers your brain not to produce the melanin needed for your skin to repel dangerous rays itself. And that is a big theory as to why people are getting more and more skin cancers. Not even to mention the chemicals we're putting on our skin and sunscreens. Anyway.
All right. You need your own health show. All right. I'm working on it.
Thanks, David. I appreciate that.
You bet. Now over to the Justice Department. And Attorney General Pam Bondi, during a recent press conference, Bondi just continued to repeat herself. I mean, she was on repeat about how the department would handle the release of the Epstein Files. It was really weird. Watch.
On the Epstein Files, does the new investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevent the department from releasing all of the remaining files?
So we have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law.
The next steps, Madam Attorney General, for the DOJ regarding what we assume President Trump will sign into law with the Epstein Files, is this going to be on the Justice Department website? What are you doing here over the next 30 days, as we understand it?
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
When you say follow the law, Madam Attorney General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law.
Madam Attorney General, the DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
We will follow the law. We will follow the law. We will follow the law. For more, let's bring in Daily Signal investigative columnist Tony Kinnett. Tony, is it just me? Or is it just a matter of time before Pam Bondi is shown the door? I'm sorry, I hate to say it. I want this administration to succeed, but this is, you just can't talk about talking points. At least kind of make it a little bit more original. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it out.
She backed herself into this corner in February. Good morning to you both, by the way. And I agree, you need your own health show while we're on that particular matter. Sorry, producers. But no, regarding the situation with Pam Bondi, she put herself here. She did. When she got out in February,
too bad.
And she handed to my friends, including Jack Posobiec, a binder that contained nothing, and then trotted him out and humiliated him for no reason. And when you campaign on, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to release everything, you have now set yourself a standard you can't walk away from. It didn't matter what there was in the files because you've already promised what's in the files. You've already promised all of these names are in the files. So you better deliver. And then she and Kash Patel got in there and found out, well, gee, it looks like there's not as much as I told everyone there was going to be because freedomeagle.facebook said there had to be something in there. And if there wasn't enough, well, now you're here. Welcome to purgatory. And so, yeah, I do think the Trump administration, maybe after the 2026 midterms, might dismiss Bondi or Patel because when you overpromise and you underdeliver, people are rightly outraged. You told me you had insider information. Oh, you're just like everyone else. You lie about what insider information you have just to bluff your way past the blackjack table. Okay, well, then I hope you're ready for those consequences.
Yeah. Well, Tony, this next story honestly has my blood boiling to such a degree. I feel like I spent the last 2 decades of my life working against this next story. The new reporting suggesting that the Bush family is planning a comeback in GOP politics. The Daily Mail is reporting there is a plot to end the Bush exile in an effort to take control of the party from President Trump, and they have an eye on the 2028 election. The Bush wing eyeing J.D. Vance in 2028 for a primary. I don't know that J.D. Vance will be the nominee. I think that MAGA might have some ideas of their own. But how dare they? I mean, look, the last thing this country needs right now is a return to the lies and deceptions and deep state and military industrial complex. And I could just go on and on. Everything we're correcting right now went on right underneath the nose of George Bush's. And how dare they think that they can elbow their way back into any good graces within at least the conservative side of this party. I don't know. You guys in the Beltway, you hear a different song playing all the time than I do. So I'm going to let you talk about this.
Well, it's good that you mentioned the contrast because normally our studio is in Indiana. And as you can see by my lovely surroundings, I am in the Beltway this morning. The smell is unbearable. But there is something different in the way they speak around here. There is this faux compassion that laces a lot of these establishment Republicans' language that is not actually kindness. It's just worship of the status quo. Because like investors, they want stability so they can do things that they actually are concerned about instead of passing policy which helps the American people or in the Reagan-esque way, getting out of the way. And that's something the Bushes were never able to conceive of. By telling you they were very compassionate, they could leave us languishing in wars for decades because it wasn't about winning the war. It wasn't about actually accomplishing an objective. It was about sitting there and pretending that we're meeting the UN's demands for love, hugs, and a kiss on the way out. And that's ridiculous. As far as this concept that what we really need after the Trump administration is a return to the faux conservatism is ridiculous. Now, I mean, I might maybe in my predictive analysis suggest that it's very likely to be Vance and Rubio because they really are a good pairing of kind of more populist and the traditional conservative. Neither one of those are Bushian. Neither one of those is this corporatist republicanism that is so obsessed with the subsidization of whoever's sneaking money into my back pocket that, screw over whatever constituency I have when I'm outside of the Beltway.
Well, it'll sure be interesting. For me, it rubs me the wrong way that we're already, crowning our next nominee when we haven't even had a chance to have the conversation yet. We're still basically 3 years away from it. But
I just think that they have leadership that we just haven't seen in a long time. When I say analysis, I don't even mean that's necessarily who I would vote for in the primary. But what we see here is something that is so in contrast to Republican. I mean, think about it. Was anyone this excited about a VP of any previous Republican administration? Yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, we got to go.
Yeah, they're yelling in our ears. We're going
sorry.
We're going to get put in jail again. But Tony Kinnett, we always love having you on. Thanks for your analysis.
You guys are the best.
Thanks,
Coming up, a new exciting programming note from us here at RAB. I'm so excited about this one. You won't want to miss this. It is coming up next right here on American Sunrise.